Hello, everybody, and welcome to another weekly reading with me, Jennifer, and this is for the week of the 11th of September. So this week, besides being my birthday week, yay, we have a new moon on the 14th, and this new moon is in Virgo. So during this new moon cycle, it is in Mercury, and actually Mercury has been in retrograde, so that actually comes to an end with this new moon. So what does that mean? So it means that during the retrograde, there has been perhaps some old woundings that have come to the surface that we have had the opportunity to heal from and to release. So with this change in Mercury leaving the retrograde and starting to move forward again, it means that we can start to integrate. So with that moving forward of the planet as well is also works in our favor, so that if there's been anything that we have been feeling stalled on, that we can again start to have some forward momentum in that as well. So let's jump into the cards. We'll see what they're going to say for the week. And then I will come back and I'll just do a brief little synopsis. So stay tuned. Okay, so the first row is going to be messages from the ancestors. The second row is going to be messages from the nature spirits. And the third row is going to represent messages from our higher self. So right away, we have the galactic mushroom. So this is messages from the ancestors, the divine matrix. So that is very interesting. There is, I'm feeling with this particular card that there is a shift collectively that we are doing, not only us, but the planet. I think that is one reason I've been feeling the nature spirits a lot, the Fae in particular with this deck, the Oracle deck. That could be also just because we have had some major wildfires in my area close to my home. And if you've been watching or seen my other previous video from a couple weeks ago, it was pretty shaky for a while, and now they are still happening around us, but they're under control at this point. We've had some rain, not enough to really dampen the earth. However, like, it's been so dry that it would take probably a full week of rain for the ground to actually get saturated. But things have been moving in our favor. The temperatures have dropped from the mid 30s, which it's been for the last 2 months into, mid 20s. So this has all been favorable for that. So that could be one reason, but it could be just because it's a change of season as well, and the energies are changing, and I'm really feeling that as well. But with this galactic mushroom, I am really feeling in this divine matrix that there is a shift collectively that we are going through, that with all the fires and the planetary changes that are happening, there is a great cleansing of energies on the earth. And so it's not only the earth, but because we are part of the earth and all living beings on the earth, we all are going through it. So our energies, as we drop away layers of conditioning in whatever form that takes, and we embrace and attune to and embody higher aspects of who we truly are, this is lightening the energies all over the planet. So let's just continue here with this particular week, or this particular row. So yeah, it feels like with this Five of Swords, hold on here. You know what? I'm going to just jump back here and I'll show you this galactic mushroom. So this is the card here I was talking about with this great shift. And that's all I can really feel from this card, is that there's a big shift collectively. How we are experiencing this is going to be, unique to each one of us. But because this is kind of a general collective reading, I am basing, the kind of the details about this card are based on here. So we do have this 5 here. So in part of this, there's many of us that are walking away from, I would say, people or situations where we don't feel aligned with whatever it is that they are what they're moving forward with. So we're realizing that their path, our path is different, and we aren't going to settle anymore. We are not going to pretend to be somebody that we're not. So we are basically putting some boundaries up and making a dividing line. And I don't mean that in terms of, not loving them anymore, or or holding heavy negative energies, but we are actually in fact doing the opposite, because we're allowing freedom to ourselves, we're allowing freedom to them, in releasing ourselves from these obligations that don't serve our highest good. We are in fact releasing others as well. So it feels a little wobbly as you are going through it, because you are stepping into kind of unknown territories within a certain area of your life. There might be other areas where you have done this before and you've had very strong boundaries about things, but this is indicating to me that we are beginning to do this in other areas of our life. Friendships, things that have been really, really important to us, but we're just saying, hey, listen, I need to follow my truth and I need to go this way. So it might create some conflict within it, but just trust that this is for the highest good, because you cannot go wrong when you're following your truth. And as I said, as you step more fully into that, you are releasing others as well, and giving them freedom and space, whether they know it or not. So also in this shift I'm feeling, and what's showing here is this Knight of Cups. So this really feels like, to a lot of us, as we are doing this and creating these boundaries, we are opening ourselves up to opportunities that are going to be more fulfilling, that are going to bring us more joy, happiness, and more expansion. Now, this isn't really an action card because he is kind of standing, but it's like there is an opening up, or being presented by spirit with and the universe with opportunity. And again, these opportunities are very, very heartfelt and opening and expanding. And then as well with this shift, this King of Cups. So this is showing me that we are, there is a really, really, because we're going from the Five of Swords to the Knight of Cups and then the King of Cups. So we actually have a progression here. And so we are, and these are two court cards as well, right? So there is the opportunities coming into us, and these opportunities and stepping into our own power is going to really bring us into more of an energy of the King of Cups. So we will really feel like, we are knowing ourselves better. There's a emotional maturity here, because we are standing up for what we believe in, and we're not allowing ourselves to be a doormat the way we perhaps perceived ourselves to be before. We were putting others before us or their needs, but now we're saying, hey, listen, I'm just as important, and my happiness and where I am going in my own life is very important. So there is definitely emotional maturity here, and recognizing your own needs, wants, desires, and your own path, and that it is just as important as anybody else's. But this is creating an energy of, again, expansion within your heart space, and freedom, and having a greater acknowledgement to where you are going in your life, and more control as well, because you're taking control of the reins as well. You're taking back the reins and not allowing others to lead you. You are beginning to lead yourself in new ways. So there's probably ways you've already been doing that, because we have been working through various shifts here for quite a while, but there's going to be new aspects of you that are being integrated in this way. So the nature spirits are telling us, you know what, in this energy of the new moon in Virgo, we're getting our life in order. And then with the Mercury not being in retrograde any longer, we have that affecting us as well, that it's time for this forward momentum. And the Fae, the nature spirits, are indicating here with this card, the walk away, leave the unhealthy situation, enjoy the new doors that open as a result. That's exactly the energy I was just reading in this first row here with the Five of Swords, walking away and creating boundaries and following your own truth, and not getting on a bandwagon with others because not taking second fiddle. So there's that. And then the opportunities opening to you because you have put yourself of importance, releasing yourself to more freedom within your energy field, and then opportunities coming in. And because, that law of attraction, right, that we've all heard about, it's about being in that. So we're shifting from, in one aspect, a state of scarcity, because we recognize the importance of our own needs and wants and desires. And so we are stepping into that energy, which the universe is answering with these opportunities. And that is what is being called for us here. The nature spirits are saying this is exactly the energy that's happening. So it's just really a confirmation of what I was picking up in the first row with this shift. And so again here, as we are walking away from things that aren't holding our highest interest, and we are saying, listen, this is the path I need to go down. I need to follow my inner calling. It is offering new opportunities for us to make a living. So not only are we getting in this row the opportunities that are more fulfilling in a heart space and bring us more joy, they're also in this card showing to me that they're going to be abundant as well. And we are going to start a new career. And interestingly enough, in my quick little reading from the weekend, that my little bonus reading I did there, one of the cards from the fairy deck was indicating a new career path. So I feel that is being shown here as well. It is talking in that particular reading as well, and I can somehow leave the link for it in here. I don't know how to do that, but I'll see if I can figure that out. But if you haven't seen it, or you can just go back through my videos and find it. It's the one right before this one. But this is, what was I saying with that? With a new career, but abundance. You know what? I totally lost my train of thought and what I was going to say with that. Anyways, okay. So there is that feeling of new opportunities coming in, and a new career path, and something that is going to be abundant for you. And it just feels very, very expansive as well to it. And something that maybe, and again, this is you answering the call to something that you're supposed to do. It's something that is part of your evolution. But anything like that, quite often as we are breaking away from old paradigms or limiting conditions that we created, mind you, this is all self-created. We are creating new from a new perspective, a more expansive perspective. It is going to create a lot of change. So this is change I feel that we are bringing on ourselves as the creators. We're changing our life. So it is going to feel really like an upheaval, because we're stepping into areas that we are unfamiliar with, leaving jobs that we have felt really safe and secure in, but it is just draining our energy, or relationships, or again, friendships, going down a path that maybe just doesn't feel, you don't want to get involved any further. So we are, we're beating the rhythm to our own drum, basically. But in doing that, it's going to create some conflict in those around you, because this isn't the usual you. Your behaviors are changing, your attitudes are changing as it needs to, but it's going to create conflict, and it's going to create some upheaval. This is temporary. This is like a necessary, uncomfortable step in the growth process. And then following that, the nature spirits are saying, trust that, that yes, there's new opportunities, but you need to go through the uncomfortable part, because this is where the growth happens, and you have to trust that. And then we have a major arcana card here. So this is really, really big energies. We have the Emperor. So this is really saying that, once you get through this, you're stepping into this. So there are some powerful energies at play here. It strengthened you in so many ways, and you are drawing on strength and resolve through this. Now, don't let my words scare you, but I'm just showing you what I'm feeling from the nature fairies are saying. This is where you are headed once you get through. Now everything shifts and changes, and again, you know, there's going to be an aspect of you that is feeling this very confident, very powerful. And this is needed in order to integrate and really get a firm grounding in the next stage where you are going. So, messages from your higher self. We have be the hunter, not the hunted. So, again, this is about having vision, using the wisdom of the owl for where it is you're going. You need to have some sort of a plan. You don't need to know all the details because your higher self is saying that it is going to fill those in for you. You don't necessarily need to know how you're going to get from A to B. All you need to know, focus on is the next step, is the B. You're in A now, you want to B to B. So, or C or D or whatever. And your higher self and the universe is co-creating to bring everything to you. So, but you are pursuing, but this has to happen through your pursuit of what it is you're being drawn to. You cannot wait for it to just fall in your lap. That's when you can get sidetracked. So it's about being focused, being wise in how you move forward in this, and tapping into the infinite universal wisdom that is you have access to at any point, and to help guide you as you are moving forward. So your higher self is also saying, you know, with this Wheel of Fortune, that this is a sign of the times. This is exactly what's supposed to be happening. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Everything that is unfolding the way it is. This is the, as you make your choices, you are opening up into, or stepping more fully into, a new paradigm or a new momentum tunnel. And so you're changing the direction of your life. Now, of course, this is your choice. All of this is your choice. You don't have to do any of this. You can carry on as you've been carrying on, like a hamster on a wheel, and not really evolving. But the universe is going to keep knocking. Your higher self is going to keep knocking and saying, listen, you need to step up. You need to get outside of your comfort zone. You need to grow, and you need to work through those uncomfortable parts in order to get there. It's not easy, but this is evolution. This is the learning. You got to keep learning and growing and changing. And what is that going to lead to? Well, okay, so your higher self is saying there is a surrendering process to it. So you're taking more control, but there's also an internal surrender because you don't have the answers. You're not allowing others anymore to lead you blindly, because you're being led blindly. You're putting your trust in others, whereas this is about putting the trust into you. So you don't know the answers. They don't really know the answers either. They're just pretending. Or you want to pretend that they know the answers and they know what's best, but you are the only one who can decide what's best for you by your inner compass. So there is that surrendering to the not knowing. And what this is going to do is bring enlightenment. So we are shifting. All of this process is talking about shifting into a higher state of enlightenment. We're holding more light in the body, more information, aligning ourselves to our higher self. And that's what our higher self is telling us in this row and with this card. This is all part of that process. And then finally, the very last card of this reading for the week is the Three of Cups. So this is telling me, Spirit, our higher self, is telling us that you are working together with these higher aspects of yourself. You're never alone, but there's also a time of celebration because there is a big shifting here. So this is obviously, I'm saying this is reading for the week. This isn't a week. This is like much longer. This is like, I would say probably more like a month that we're doing here, the next cycle, or longer. But at least a month I'm feeling, because we are coming into that new moon. So there is a brand new cycle starting here with that moon. But right now, for this week, we are working with the shifting of that planet of Mercury, which I was talking about, starting to move forward again. So that's a lot of what this is. So that is going to be happening over the next while. And also the integrating of a lot of the energies that we just released, and we're integrating, it's changing our vibration, and so it's affecting us on many levels. So not only internally, but the outside, and all the shifts that we are being called to do. But it is just, again, stepping outside of our comfort zone and doing it. If we are tired of feeling stuck or stalled or suffering in whatever way we have created, so remember, you can take back, you can change this at any point. But the energies right now are very favorable for this. And also what I was going to say with that I haven't touched on yet, is that there are, and I forget the alignments, but there's a trine being there's a grand trine coming in. Sorry, I'm getting my information from Yasmin's Moonology diary here. And let me just see if I can find that really quickly here. So of course I'm not going to find it right away. I should have marked it. There we go. So the new moon in Virgo, and pardon me, I don't have my glasses on, so I have to like hold it away from me. There is a grand trine with the planets, with the moon, this new moon, Uranus, and Pluto. And so this works very well for making, and I'm reading this from her book, very well for making liberating transformations in your life. So that's what I was trying to portray with the cards, that's exactly what the cards are saying as well, that it is very favorable, a very favorable cycle that we are stepping into this week for making these big changes in our life. So if you have been feeling a calling to step up into something bigger and let go of the limiting, there goes my tongue again, limiting situations that you are currently in, and you feel that call, this is a really good time to work with it, because the energies are going to really support you in this transitional phase. So that is the reading for the week. I want to thank you again so much for joining me. If you want and feel compelled to leave feedback, I always appreciate it, and I always comment or like or love or something, but I will always acknowledge it in some way. And remember that you are never alone in this journey, and that you are loved and you are needed here. Your reason for being here is very important. But part of that is you gotta step into your power, and don't be afraid of it. Do not be afraid of it. So that being said, I am sending you so much love. Have an amazing week, and we will see you again very soon. Bye for now.